The White House is slamming the Republican response to the Alabama Supreme Court's decision on in vitro fertilization.
The all-Republican court ruled last week that frozen embryos should be considered children under state law, and someone can be held liable for destroying them. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre is accusing Republicans of, quote, shamelessly attempting to erase their own records on IVF in the wake of this decision. She underscored GOP support last year for a bill that does not protect IVF. She called the legislation, quote, extreme and dangerous.
Meanwhile, former President Trump reiterated his support for these treatments during a rally in South Carolina. This was held one day before he won the state's GOP primary.
I'm calling on the Alabama legislature to act quickly to find an immediate solution to preserve the availability of IVF in Alabama. The Republican Party should always be on the side of the miracle of life and the side of mothers, fathers, and their beautiful babies.
And CBS News campaign reporter Shawna Mizelle is in Washington. And Shawna, how is Trump's support of IVF influencing potentially other Republicans' responses to the Alabama ruling?
Nancy, Doug, great to be with you. I just want to point out that the former president came out and made his comments and his stance clear on IVF nearly a week after the Alabama decision was handed down. And it was days after Nikki Haley, who's also running as a Republican candidate for president, had said that she, in fact, believes that embryos are babies. But Trump, as we heard in that soundbite earlier, is urging the Alabama legislator, which is a majority Republican-led legislator, to act on this, provide some type of bill that will protect IVF. And they have said that they are working on it. And Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, who's also a Republican, has said that she wants to foster a culture of life in Alabama, and that includes IVF.
And Shawna, the National Republican Senatorial Committee, it is advising candidates to reject government efforts to restrict IVF. So is that surprising, and what are the impacts of that?
So that NRSC memo that they sent out to Senate candidates last week essentially said that they need to come out and support IVF because they cited polling from Kellyanne Conway's polling firm that said a majority of Americans support IVF. And in urging this, they're really telling these candidates that they need to be in line with their constituents. I'm not sure if it's surprising, but I think something interesting to point out is that when many of these candidates are saying that they support IVF, they are not really acknowledging whether or not they believe that embryos are children, which was the crux of that Alabama Supreme Court decision.
And as the White House pointed out, last year, dozens of Republicans backed a bill that seems to largely align with the Alabama Supreme Court's argument. So what exactly has changed for the GOP since then?
I think this Alabama decision from the Supreme Court down there is what's really changed. It has come out and dominated the political conversation. You had Nikki Haley come out and say her stance on it. You have Donald Trump talking about it. And I think before, when Roe versus Wade was the law of the land, you could simply come out and say that you oppose abortion. But now people are being forced to really go in the weeds and talk about these things in the whole landscape of reproductive rights, whether that's abortion, contraception, or IVF.
Shawna Mizelle, thank you so much for joining us and giving us some important information and details on this topic. Thank you.